Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of SMEs and Virtualization in Cloud. I'm Kong Yang with Solar Winds.
And I'm Todd Muirhead with VMware.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Kong.
Great to see you. We've both been traveling. You on vacation.
Yeah, just got back yesterday, day before yesterday.
Awesome. Like the tan, like the look, man.
Well, I'm sunburned underneath this shirt, so.
Awesome. So today's topic, one that's been talked about quite a bit, even since the 3540 days of ESX, and that is MTUs, Max Transfer Unit.
Which is used to specify jumbo frames for networking, basically, right?
Yeah.
So MTUs are always fun to talk about and configure.
Yeah, because there's a lot of confusions because a lot of vendors define it. It's in the definition in there, and some vendors have hard-coded
Yeah, there've been
values in there.
cases. Yeah, there've been cases in the past where maybe it was hard coded into certain products. So maybe your switch, you could just click a checkbox somewhere that says jumbo frames, and then that would just default to a certain value.
Yeah. So jumbo frames. Let's level set the definition. It's normal frames, 1,500 bytes.
1,500.
And so jumbo frames is anything above 1,500 bytes in there. And for ESX, the max MTU is 9K bytes.
Right, and if you want to use jumbo frames with anybody, VMware, Windows, whatever, you have to make sure that you're using the same MTU size throughout. Right. Well, I say the same. It has to be, whatever the minimum one is in your whole chain of networking is what's going to dictate what works. Right. So if it's somewhere along the point, one of your products, devices, whatever, is trying to send a bigger packet than whatever the MTU says set somewhere along the way, then you exceed it, and then you're not doing jumbo frames anymore.
Yeah. So that's the key point, end to end. So that means your physical switches, your physical NICs have to align all the way down to your vSwitch and your vNICs in there. And one way to check that is you can use VM kernel ping with the MTU size to check that you have the same size MTU set end to end. You could also use the ping command to see if your physical switches or NICs are segmenting your MTU.
Right. So you want to do the ping from your guest OS in case all the way through to whatever you're going to go to, because it's not just the switch you're directly attached to; it's all the switches that packet is going to pass through along the way. So,
exactly.
And all the other layers, right? So if you've got if it's two ESX hosts, each with a VM on each end, then it would be those two hosts, all the networking infrastructure in between them, the guest OSs themselves. So it's if you want to do jumbo frames, it's definitely a way to improve network performance in a lot of cases, but you have to make sure you're really doing it, and it's all the way through end to end.
Awesome. And speaking of jumbo frames, we have the NBA playoffs starting and NFL draft.
But with jumbo frames in the NBA, Shaq's not playing anymore.
That's true.
But he is jumbo. So.
Yes, that he is. I mean, it's a point guard driven league. Yeah.
It's become so. Yeah, we'll see how Golden State does in these playoffs. They've looked great in the regular season.
They have.
I think everybody wants to see. I think Golden State and San Antonio play.
But to your point, traditionally, 3-point shooting teams and smaller teams tend to not do so well in the playoffs. Of course, the Spurs counter that. They're a great 3-point shooting team, but they got some size and they defend, right? They're more about the team aspect. Golden State's the team aspect, but they have a lot of gunslingers, as I call them.
Yeah. Green lights all around. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the NFL draft. Go Hawks.
Of course, I knew you were going to say that. Go Hawks.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of excitement for either the Cowboys or the Seahawks in the early part of the draft because we're drafting.
Of course.
Thankfully this year, both of us later in the draft.
That just means
So
we're winning more.
Made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, with the two first picks, the two quarterbacks is everybody's talking about,
Exactly.
And I don't know if either one of these guys is gonna turn out. I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems like
Unless
neither
the
one of
guys end up in Seattle, which highly doubtful, dangerous Wilsons on our squad, sign them, Hawks, in there. For me, you're absolutely right. I'm just focused on what Seattle does, so I'm hoping we add linemen and some depth in terms of the secondary. I think we'll probably take a flyer or two on some wide receivers to stretch out the defenses. But actually, I like our receivers who are coming back.
I think that you guys should start employing the Jerry Jones method, which we've just done recently. Draft an offensive lineman the first round every year. It works out pretty good.
Yes.
And I'd be happy if they, traded down or up or whatever and just
Could you imagine
got another great offensive lineman early in the draft.
if you guys had taken Manziel, and Jerry admitted that he almost took Manziel
Be a disaster.
over
Yeah.
Martin. Yeah, somebody would have got an all-pro, potential perennial all-star lineman, and you guys would have had the headache known as Johnny Football.
Well, hopefully he's going to be better. But yeah, last year was definitely. Yeah. All right, so.
Well, folks, let us know what you think, and Todd has given you a course on MTU. Follow those for best practices to ensure that you get the most optimal performance out of your virtualized infrastructure in there. So until next time, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.